Welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Katie, and today I am sharing with you a video filled with delicious made from scratch meal prep. On this morning, I'm going to be preparing with you a banana sheet pancake for my 5 homeschooled kids. I'll be sharing a quick and easy lunch with you, as well as baking a loaf of bread. And tonight we have a potluck dinner to go to. So for that, I am preparing a large pot of soup. It's my crowd pleaser, one of my favorite soups to make. So stay tuned because that's a recipe you definitely want to take down. For this sheet pancake recipe, you are going to need 2 to 4 mashed up bananas. Side note, I created this recipe so that I can fill a really large sheet pan full of these pancakes, and my kids will eat them for 2 days worth of breakfast. They store real well in an airtight container in your fridge for up to 3 to 5 days. We usually go through them much quicker than that. The kids eat them as a snack. I have this recipe in a short on my channel. I'm going to go ahead and give you the measurements here. I did add in some extra eggs just to give some extra protein for my kiddos, and I'm using raw milk. But let me just tell you everything I have in the bowl so far. You are going to need 4 mashed bananas. You could go 4 to 6 bananas. Today I added 4 eggs for that extra protein. We are going to do 3 cups of milk. After the 3 cups of milk, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I get mine in bulk from Azure Standard. Next, we're doing 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Then you need 6 to 8 tablespoons of melted butter, coconut oil, or any other type of fat that you like to use in your baked goods. Mix all of your wet ingredients, and then we're going to assemble the dry ingredients and combine both together. All-purpose flour works great in this recipe, and all-purpose flour is made with a white wheat berry. Today I am milling up some soft white wheat berries to use in this recipe. I just fine mill my flour, and I'm not going to be sifting it today. We're going to keep the bran and everything in the flour, and this is going to go right into our wet mixture after we add the salt and baking powder. So we're going to need 6 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt for this, and then mix all of your dry ingredients up, combine them with your wet ingredients. Once the ingredients are well incorporated, I'm going to sprinkle in some mini chocolate chips as a special treat for my kiddos, and we're also going to throw in some blueberries. These items are optional, and you can add whatever you like. You can put sprinkles on top. And I like to pour this in a parchment paper lined sheet pan. That helps me out because that makes less cleanup. You don't have to use parchment paper. You can absolutely cover your tray in fat and then add your mixture to that. We're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, and there we go. We just slather a bunch of butter over top of it. We got our blueberries swirled in there. Some butter on. This sliced up for the kids. Serve it with some maple syrup or elderberry syrup or whatever kind of jam or jelly you had that didn't set. That is now a syrup. All right, we'll get these cut up. Lunch today is going to be really simple. Here I have some peeled and cubed up sweet potatoes that I am sauteing in some coconut oil with a sprinkle of Redmond's real salt on top. I cook these in my skillet, and I put a lid on top just to let them steam over a low temp. And then we're just going to fry up some eggs to serve on top, and that is a simple and nourishing meal for my family. We always have a fresh loaf of daily bread coming out of the oven. I've got the recipe on my channel. And with winter coming, I needed to get prepared. Between hunting season and snow season, my family really puts our gear through the ringer. The kids are always outside playing in the muck and mire, in the snow. My husband hunts. They just get their boots and their gloves soaking, sopping wet. So to help combat that here in my home, I got one of these Vavor boot and glove dryers. It's also a boot and glove warmer. It also has ozone, which helps circulate and filter the air so that your gear isn't left stinking. Check out this Vavor boot and glove dryer, link in this video's description. Today is a dreary, rainy, cold fall day, so we're gonna make some chicken pozole verde or some pozole verde con pollo. We're gonna be using up this salsa verde that I canned up over the summer to make this delicious chicken-based soup with this yummy hominy and some chicken stock I picked up from Costco. We're gonna start out in a big stock pot. I'm going to pour in some olive oil and get this heated up nicely. I'm going to add to it some chicken breasts with the skin side down just to sear them a little bit to create some more flavor depth to this dish. I am making a large pot of soup for a potluck meal that we are going to, a potluck event, and this is going to feed a lot of people. So that's why I have my big stock pot here. And these large bone-in chicken breasts are gonna cook up nicely in here. We are gonna cover them with some water and bring them to a boil and then let them simmer for about 40 minutes to an hour. Just depends on the size of your chicken breasts. Because these have bone in, they do take a little bit longer, and these are giant chicken breasts. So it took about an hour to get them cooked where they were nice and soft and shreddable all the way through. To add some flavor to this chicken while it cooks, I am going to add in some celery stalks and some bay leaf. You can add in peppercorn or whatever else you like, but keep it simple because a lot of our flavor is going to come from the salsa verde that we're going to use. I'm also going to cook this chicken in a quart of chicken stock just to add some additional flavor to this pot. As the chicken cooks, periodically you're going to want to skim off the foam, and then after about 45 minutes to an hour, we are going to strain everything out. We're going to remove the chicken breasts to cool a bit to shred, and there we've got all of our stock in our pot ready to go. To shred the chicken, I used a mixer, like an egg beater with the whisk attachments to it, and that shredded up my chicken just fine. You can also put it in a stand mixer with a whisk, and that will shred up your chicken nice and easy. Some people like to use a food processor, but I find using a whisk or a paddle attachment or a whisk attachment in a mixer works really, really well for shredding your chicken. So in the stock pot goes the chicken. We're also going to add in a couple of cans of the salsa verde. If you want the complete recipe for this salsa verde and for the chicken pozole, you can find it on my channel or linked down below in this video's description. Next, we're going to add 3 cans of hominy. Now remember, I am tripling this recipe, so I am doing a large quantity, but definitely refer to the original recipe linked down below to make a family-size pot of pozole for your friends and family. I love to make large batches of soup so that I can can some of it. I ended up with 4 quarts of this, enough for the potluck, and we had leftovers for my family to eat the next day. This is one of our favorite soups. I went out to the freezer and grabbed the meats that we're going to need for the week. Here we've got a little bit of summer sausage, or salami rather, some deer salami. And some of this game meat we received from a friend, and some of it we got from Costco. So we've got some chicken thighs here that we're going to be cooking up this week. And the price was $5.99 for chicken thigh meat. We also have some deer sausage that we're going to use in some of our breakfasts this week. And of course, we always need lots of butter, so we grabbed our butter. And then right here, we've also got some ground venison that we are going to mix up with the ground beef. Maybe I'll make some meatballs. Maybe we'll make a, meatloaf, something like that. But there we go. There's our meat ready to thaw out for the week.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight.